Hello again, everybody. I know it's been a couple years since I made my last video on the Ryobi ZT480e electric zero-turn mower. I had gotten it just after it came out a couple years ago, and this is my third year having it now, so I just wanted to make a follow-up video on a couple different things. I know I mentioned a few things in the comments where I would follow up on some issues that I've had and some good things too. I'll talk about a couple things here and explain it to you a little bit more in case you're considering buying one or just want to know more about the machine. So I guess everybody keeps asking about the battery life, especially now that it's been a couple years. I've had it, like I said, third year now, starting the season here in Minnesota, and I do keep it in my garage in the winter, and it's not a heated garage, it's not insulated, so it does a pretty good job of sustaining its charge. I mean, I have a half-acre lot with lots of trees and obstacles. It takes me 45 minutes to an hour to mow with the with the mower, and it does a good job maintaining its charge. It gets down to about 45% or so, give or take. I always use it on the low speed mode. I feel like when it's a little bit higher speed, it's harder to maneuver around stuff. It gets a little squirrely, a little bit more bumpy, of course. So my preference is to go on the low speed. But it does a pretty good job at this point, still maintaining its charge. And I don't have a huge lot, obviously, but it does a great job. I'm happy with it at this time still. Hopefully it lasts me a few more years before I have to replace them. But moving on, I wanted to show you guys something. It happens most of the time. I don't know if it'll happen right now, but I wanted to show you something with the battery indicator and the just with charging it. It's kind of a weird thing, but let me show you here. So if we look at this here, this is the battery indicator gauge here. It's off right now, of course. I'm going to plug it or turn it on in a second, but I want to unplug it and turn it on. So just so you guys can see, it's been charging for like a week straight here now. I'm unplugging it right now, and I'm just going to lay that there for now. But if you were to look at this battery indicator and I turn it on, a lot of times it starts up at 70%. Now you can see it says 40%. It also says I've only ever mowed 16 hours. Clearly that's not the case. I've been using this for 3 seasons, or well, 2.5 seasons now, I guess. Not quite, just starting off here, but over 2 seasons, and I've put a lot more hours on it than 16. So it's got some sort of a glitch with the indicator. I'm not sure if this is with all of them, but when I contacted Ryobi support, they actually told me that it's a known issue and to replace it. And so at this point I'm gonna replace it probably soon again. This actually started just after I got it, probably within a month or so after me getting it. It started doing that. So sometimes if I unplug it and plug it back in and it starts charging again, it'll go back up to 100, but supposedly it's just an issue with the battery indicator. But I got the bagger now. I didn't have the bagger last time. Whoops, it's telling me that I have it still, I had the key on still. But I got the bagger now here, and it was really easy to install. It came mostly assembled. You got the tube here, you got a connection here. You got this little indicator to show when it's supposedly full. Pretty much useless. Other people have talked about that, but it's pretty worthless to have that on there. It doesn't really do anything. What I end up doing is when I'm sitting in the seat, I just reach back. I reach my hand back and touch the bag, and I can feel really easily how high up in the bag it is, and how full it is. So it's easy to tell, but it's a good bagger. I think it was $300 or so. It comes with the 2 bags, the bagging system on the back. I know the lighting's not great in here, but I wanted to show you the charging thing before I uncharged it or unplugged it. So, but basically, yeah, it works great. The bagger is, I'm very happy I got it. It works really well, and it does a good job. So, but basically, it came mostly assembled, like I said. You just have to attach it here on the back. There's a bar you put on, and then you slide it on there. It's kind of tight to get on that thing. Took me a while to kind of jam it on there, but it does do a good job, and I'm pretty pleased with it. It came with some mulching blades, of course, too. But, it really has been a good mower so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's nice and quiet, no fumes. Works really well. The charging issue or the battery indicator issue is potentially a problem, but I guess if I'm ever going to resell it, you know, if I only have 16 hours on it, maybe I'll get my full price back pretty much from when I bought it. You know, that is one of the things I've thought about. I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to replace the battery indicator. I'll just pretend I never used it. No, of course I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I think that, you know, it's been a good mower. I do tend to drive it in low speed drive, like I said, a lot. So I always pretty much push that button there. I don't know exactly what the low speed cut is for, you know, what the particular use is there. I did mow at night a couple times, you know, so the headlights do come in handy for that. It's a pretty good machine. I've been overall very happy with it. You know, I can't, you know, say that there's been too much bad about it that I haven't really appreciated with a lawnmower of, you know, being one of the first of its kind and something that's really a good product. So, you know, the tires have held up well, you know, it turns well, all the motors are working well. I always blow it off after I use it, of course, to keep it clean, keep the engines underneath clean. You want to make sure, of course, there's not too many leaves and stuff down in here where the engine or the motors are. And so, you know, it really holds up pretty well. And like I said, it's been great. If you have any questions, post comments in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer them. I'm usually pretty good about getting back within a day or two. And I guess anything else, like I said, just let me know. I'll try to update if anything else goes bad with it or if there's any other issues. I appreciate you bearing with me with the bad lighting in here. And yeah, if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. I'd love to continue making videos like this, and it's fun. But I think that what's nice about it is I always appreciate researching products before I buy them. So if someone else is interested, it's nice to be able to get some of the features and know some of the details and issues with it before purchasing, especially with a big, you know, price tag like this thing at about $3 grand. So, but hopefully you guys have a great day. Thanks.